questions about the world? Found yourself in the middle of an existential crisis? Wondering about the fabric of reality and right and wrong? 'Cause I sure have, and it ended up forming the basis of a short film I made. Just over 5 years ago, at the height of the pandemic, I got to be part of a creative project that was focused around the way young people see the world, and involved some creative workshops and then working on a creative project with support from some amazing people. And I decided that I wanted to make a short film to go with a spoken word piece that I made inspired by an existential crisis I'd had in spring of 2019, just over a year beforehand, when I was 12 and I was sort of really starting to sort of question the world that I'd grown up in and see things differently. I had never made a film before. My primary art forms were writing and theatre, and I really wanted to try something new, and I'm still proud of what I made. Looking back at it now, I'm aware that it's very rough around the edges. I recorded the audio on an old phone, hiding under a blanket. I recorded some bits in portrait and others in landscape, and I didn't really realise. I hadn't edited anything before, and I didn't realise that you could just press one button to mute the original audio from the clips. That took me a while to do, but I was learning. And I think that the nature is when you look back at projects from a while ago, you're going to see things you would do differently now, and that's life and that shows growth. But I still think that this project has a lot to say and I'm still really proud of it, which is why I wanted to share it here. It's not polished, it's old and raw, so if you want to suspend your disbelief and watch the creative culmination of the existential crisis of a 12-year-old, then I hope you enjoy.
Time. Is it real? The fleeting moments that soar past like bats out of the night, leaving you spellbound and still. The long waits and pauses that seem to last an eternity, like treacle dripping from a spoon. Did they happen, or were they just a dream? Your mind playing tricks on you to help you comply to the norms of society. But then what is reality? Look around you, at all the systems humanity has created. Language, measurement, conventions of architecture, gender, consumerism, relationships. Are they real? Are human ideologies of right and wrong real? We say I was doing the right thing and you were wrong to do that, so lightly. But can you define it? Can you define right and wrong, good and evil? Well, to do so you'd have to use words, and as Shakespeare once said, words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them. In a world where we are all connected, untangling the web of events, people, and time to find the right course to pursue becomes ever harder, as by attempting to untangle the threads you risk only pulling them tighter. The irony of life. A youth strike for climate in the city centre. Traffic at a standstill, while hundreds troop by, chanting songs for climate justice. But most of the engines are still running. The buses and cars sitting there, pumping out toxic fumes into streets full of people. People protesting the way we are treating the planet we have the presumption to call home. So, how should we decide how to act in a situation? I know you're doing what you believe in, and that's all any of us can do. It's all any of us should. A quote from a letter penned by Steve Rogers, Captain America. But is that enough? Because each decision we make impacts those around us. Each tiny choice changes the world, usually in ways we could and can never imagine. So what should we do? In a world that is so based on perception, where one person sees orange and another purple, where I sometimes wonder that anything is communicated, in a world where everyone has such a different perspective on things. There are ways of connecting that transcend words, of course, and indeed transcend everything, even if only for an instant. An understanding between people that doesn't need words, a common purpose, a mutual feeling, understanding. when we come together, often through music or space, and connect. A connection of hearts, when all time falls away and you're just in that moment. Or perhaps that is when you are most keenly aware of everything. I do not know, for I speak of that which cannot be defined or described. The threads that link us all together. The incredible, inexplicable things that just happen when things link up. You matter. Everything matters. Out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Rumi.